if you're working on bikes and cars, you always end up where you want a tyre changing, and it's either a grunt and groan session yourself or it's a trip to a shop somewhere to get it done. I'm at that point again. I've got a couple of tyres I need to change, and out of the blue Vevor got in touch and offered me a tyre changer. Actually, I'd looked at one of these. They're so cheap that I actually thought it might be cheaper to just buy one of them and use it on a number of tyres than actually pay someone at a shop to go and whip it off and whip it on when you need it done. So here it is, and there it is. And literally, it is a 2 or 3 minute job. If you can't put this together in 5 minutes, you probably shouldn't be looking at taking tyres off anyway. So, all goes together well. 14 and a 17mm spanner is all that's needed. Looks reasonably good powder coated quality. I didn't want to batter it too much, so I put a mat down. The hardware looks reasonable quality, and there's 4 ground anchors, so this is a portable system. But obviously, if you're going to put it in one place in your garage, using those ground anchors is a really good idea. It does come with instructions on how to use it, so sit down, have a cup of tea, have a quick scan through. The bead breaker has 3 different settings for different leverages. Obviously, the nearer you get to here, the stronger it's going to be. Also, the handle only goes in one way, and this bit stops it from rotating around. It only goes in so far. The idea is you get your bead on there and down you go to press the bead out. Once you've got the bead broken, obviously this is where you'd clamp your wheel so that you can use this to actually take the tyre off. Now the clamp can be tightened up using this. There we go. And although there is a bit of a slope on here, I've heard that there might be an issue with making sure that your wheel's centered, so you do need to think about that and think about, you might cushion this onto your wheel, and this is to stick through one of the wheel nut holes so that it'll stop turning around. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out afterwards. Having put it together and read the instructions, I'm now going to attempt to remove a tyre from the first wheel that I've got. To be honest, it is an inch bigger than it says they should do. I think it'll probably be okay, but we'll have to see. So I'll do it in, I won't say real time, but we'll see how we go on. First things first, we need to get the bead off the rim, and we're going to use the bead breaker. Now I'm going to start with the wheel, with the actual valve opposite where the bead breaker is. And we really mustn't forget, although this tyre is flat, let's take the valve out so that we know we're not fighting against air. Oh, there was a bit. I've swapped the lever to the very inner one. Hopefully it'll stop slipping. So let's get that on there. Let's see how we go this time. Yes! Brilliant! Get it positioned right. Didn't even take a lot of effort, to be honest. That was pretty much a success then. definitely off the bead on this side as well. So let's remove that. Definitely managed to break the bead on this. It wasn't that hard. I think once you've done a couple, I think it'd be fairly easy. You just don't know what to expect the first time around, but certainly I'd recommend it. One other thing I've noticed though, and I think I may have just scuffed the rim a little bit, which I'll end up in trouble for, I'm pretty sure. However, if you'd have put a piece of plywood underneath with your, I think smoother floor might have been a better idea. Let's get it onto the actual removal part now. I want to get it as central as possible. This coming through one of the wheel nut holes, get it into the centre. Now I'm going to put a little plastic cover on in the hope of not causing any problems with this, and we'll just have a look. Should be there. Screw this on. And the nice little dings. Make sure it's nice and tight. I think that's good enough. Now I'm going to squirt it with something to help with lubrication as it comes off. I'm going to start at that side, so I'm going to shove a couple of blocks under here so that it doesn't pop up, so to speak. Now this is the bit I am most worried about, but let's see. So I'm going to go that way, I think. Maybe I'm not. Now I think I should be able to pull this and it start to come off. I'm not overly convinced at the moment, and I don't want to hurt myself. Right, so no. I'm going to try, rightly or wrongly, just using a normal tile lever, just to start it off. Don't want it to fall out, so put that back. We'll pull that over. Get a standard tile lever as well. Pull that over. And I think we are reasonably... Oh, look at that. I think we're now going to be able to do this. I'm just going to move the position of this to here. Put this in here. Stand very firmly on the base. And yeah, that is coming off an absolute treat. Rid of my blocks. No, I really can't complain so far. So far, so good. Now, the thing I'm perceiving is that when I've broken the bead, have I actually got this far enough up? I'm not sure I have. So I think I need to have a look at that. So I'm going to take it off here to have a look. This is because I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. It's better undo that. think I might need to pull the other side further up is the thing I'm saying. Oh God, I hope that came on the camera. That's hilarious. In taking it off to look, as you can now see, it's actually got quite into the well. This is the bit where I struggled to get it past first of all, and then I needed to just push it down a bit further on there. What I'll do is I'm going to give it a bit of a squirt. Now, I suspect the best bet might be to put it here, this way around. But that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to clamp it back down. Nice and tight. And then I think if I push that up into the wheel well there, I get my little tool out. I'd like to think that I could get it in there. I'm not sure if I can. Again, I'm going to just pull it away a bit with a bit of a... There we go. I can get it in that way. And I think that now I should pretty much this is probably not the best way to do this, but is it working for me? And I think it is. Oh yeah. Any second now, that's going to be on the floor. Well, that was easier than I expected actually. I did have to use, for me, an extra tool or two, but I think that was a raging success. So, would I buy one? Most definitely I would. We've got about a dozen tyres. They charge you probably £5 a time to take them off. That's 60 quid. This machine isn't that much dearer than that. Do them all, you've already won, and you've got the benefit of being able to use it in the future. As for putting tyres on, I'm not sure, and I'm not going to do that in this video because I don't want to put a tyre back on here yet. But I think using this higher up tool is actually really useful. It'd be great to have it bolted down in your workshop, and really you want a smooth surface around it. But would I recommend to buy it? At this point, I'd say I have to. It's made life so much easier. If you've ever tried to take a tyre off before without something like this and give up like I have in the past, you'll know that was actually wonderful. Anyway, if you want to buy one, there's a link in the description. Come and look at our other videos. We've done quite a few with cars and bikes. They should be quite interesting.